The prediction of the day. Weatherman didn't stand a chance again, still sitting on 17. That was his prediction. So we're well over that anyway. Doesn't feel like winter. I got to be honest with you. 20 odd degrees today. Unreal. Tuesday, September 22nd. And, well, let me do this first.
Galaxy 107fm.
That's right, you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM, and well, absolutely elated to be joined by Drew Gregory, coming out of Alberta, Canada, getting all tongue-tied. I think I'm starstruck, you never know. And absolutely loving it. Now, for you guys that are joining us on Facebook Live right now, when you go and watch it again, and you will, yep, on YouTube, don't forget, you know the story, sub, thumb, bell. Bingo, you got it. You're right here at Galaxy. So, feature artist of today has been Drew Gregory, and, well, here it is. All about it. You're right here at Galaxy. It is hot up here, Barbara. Yeah. It really is. Oh. You're Canadian, you'd understand Celsius, right?
Yes.
Okay, right now it's 19 degrees and we're smack in the middle of winter.
Yeah. Winters aren't like that.
Put another 10 degrees on for being inside this office because of all the computers and everything that's running in here.
I bet.
That's, you know, muggy to say the least, to be honest with you, Drew. Drew, it is an absolute pleasure to meet you. I absolutely love your work.
Thank you. Well, thanks for having me, man. This is it's amazing that we have this technology and chat from around the world. This is fantastic.
Absolutely. Well, you know something? It was 64 countries, 97 cities around the world right now are tuned in.
Wow.
We have
right on.
We have 5,588,000, I was told, online right now.
Wow. Well, hello. That's amazing. I don't think I've ever talked to that many people.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to buy them all a beer.
The next round is not on me.
Exactly. Yeah. Nice to know you bring your own beer.
Yeah. CYO around here.
Exactly. Now, when I walked in, I heard that you were in the middle of a harvest right now.
Yeah, we are. We're, I'd say, about 2/3 done. So we farm as well. That's kind of been the supplement to the music business over the last few years, and it's been the only thing we've had this summer. Everything's kind of been shut down here in Canada, as I'm sure the rest of the world, as far as live music goes. So yeah, feel very fortunate to have the second income, but right now is the busy time of year. But when someone says they want to let me chat to 5 million some people, I got to take a little break and chat with you guys. This is awesome.
Well, I appreciate it, I do. So, let's go to the desk. And thanks for joining us, guys.
Cheryl Arnold.
Cherie Arnold's on the line.
Cheryl.
Yeah. Cheryl. Oh, Blue Mariah.
Yeah.
That's right. You guys got a brand spanking new bus just the other day. Envious. Very envious.
Hi, Darren.
That's right, you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM, 16 after 11 o'clock, 21 degrees. It's bouncing around like crazy right now, but it certainly doesn't feel like winter at all. Now, I am absolutely elated because coming out of Alberta, Canada, and, well, you know, we know quite a few Albertians, I got to be honest with you, but nobody coming out of Standard. Now, I think this guy sets the standard, to be very honest with you, for the forthcoming artists in history. I really, really do, especially in country music, and I'm absolutely elated to introduce you to Drew Gregory. Good morning, good afternoon over there, Drew.
Good morning to you. Yeah, afternoon here. It's great to be chatting with you.
It's an absolute honour to be talking to you. I got to be honest with you, my friend. As an engineer, and believe me, I've been a studio and a front of house engineer for about, well, almost 40 years now. And you kind of don't listen to music as a fan would. You break it down, you get, you know, it's sort of like mechanics now. You just automatically do this and put it all, you know, you pull it to pieces, put it all together and go, well, I understand how it was done. For me, big fan. Huge fan,
Wow.
straight off the bat. I got to let you know, I really, really am, because I can't fault your work.
Thank you.
So, where did you get this work done? Was it in Alberta itself, or Nashville, or where did you go?
Yeah, I mean, there's so many different pieces, I guess, to putting an album together. I live here in Alberta, and it's always been home, but I do kind of have a bit of a second home in Nashville and try to get down there quite a bit. So, say the bulk of the songwriting ends up being done down in there, Music City. That's just where so many songwriters, even other Canadians, we meet down there more than we even meet here. It's just such a big spread out country here, so that just seems to be the hub where everyone goes. So the songwriting was done there, and then I actually went out to Ontario, Canada for the last two projects and did some recording out there. A great producer out there by the name Jason Berry. Had a lot of fun working with him and doing two albums. I mean, you really get to know a guy, and he got to know me pretty well as an artist. I think he did great on the first album, but then the second one, we kind of started with a step ahead, just kind of knew exactly what I was going for, and I knew how he worked, and we came up with our newest project. So, yeah, I've been all over the map where I've recorded and written, but real proud of what we've come up with so far.
That's cool. And, well, you know, we've got a little thing with Ontario as well, to be very honest with you. We do something for the OPP there.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, they get in touch with us through the winter time, and, well, they give us road conditions for their motorways and ask us to broadcast that through their winter, through your winter over there. Because, and I'm going to be honest with you, what had happened is a truckie had actually slipped off the road, turned his truck on its side, and, well, we were playing on the radio at the time.
Yeah.
The responding sergeant at the time took note of that, got in touch with us and said, you know, if there's more truckies listening to you guys, can we do a little weather service, road service kind of deal? So we do. And we also do it now for the Mounties as well.
Wow, that's amazing. I've been on those roads in Ontario, so they need all the help they can get.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And believe me, I've seen a few videos myself of the... No, thank you. That's weird. You know?
Yeah.
Who lives in that kind of cold? Wow.
I remember I had a show there, and I was doing a radio tour at the time. Stopped at a radio station. I had about 2 hours to get to, a 2-hour drive to get to where I had to play a show. And I didn't make the show. That was in the morning. It was a 13-hour drive it turned into. It's just a whiteout snowstorm, and never did make it. It gets crazy there.
You know, I really wouldn't settle in a place that goes anything lower than maybe 2 below. And believe me, this year we actually got to 2 below, and you should have heard the complaints. You know what I mean? It's now I'm talking to people last year and last winter, I've got to be honest with you, and they're living in conditions of 50 minus.
Oh.
You know, I'm going, you know, guys, why?
Move.
Yeah, but don't go and be like the Americans and go into Hurricane Alley and think it's fun.
Yeah,
That's weird. Why would you do that? I mean, 50 below, my God.
That's too much. Too much for me.
I had somebody send me a photo of this thing. It was like a stick with a bit of square plastic on it. I had no idea what it was. It was also broken too, by the way. And, you know, we ran it around the whole of the staff here and nobody could pick out what exactly it was. So we got back to this person and she says to me, it's a snow shovel. Never seen one before. And she goes, yeah, I bought it brand new a couple of days ago. I've worked it to death. I've broken the thing already. I'm going, why would you be there? You know, sorry.
Yeah, no fun.
No, absolutely. We're on the east coast of the North Island in New Zealand. And, well, as I say, you know, 19, 20 degrees in the wintertime. That's more the temperature we're used to. You know what I mean? Almost like Florida.
Yeah.
Kind of.
I gotta come your guys' way when it gets cold here. Sounds where I want to be.
We will talk about that. Keeping in mind at the moment, of course, this COVID virus thing that's been going around the world. Wuhan Flow. Yeah, today's show is brought to you by the letters COVID and the numbers 1 and 9. Yay.
Like everything.
Exactly. Now, talking of that, you can't have been doing a lot of shows just lately. Everything's pretty much closed down here in New Zealand. How's it been for you over there?
Yeah, it's been pretty quiet. We usually are somewhere around, we do up to like 40 some shows usually in the summer and had about 3 this summer. So, and a lot different looking too. I mean, I played one where I was in a different room. There were some windows and I could see the people in the bar and we were in just a separate room. That's kind of what we've come down to. I mean, it was still fun. I still love playing, but man, do I miss just having a packed house with a full band. There's just nothing like it. So it's been different for sure.
Well, now you get the perspective of what it's like to be a fish in a fishbowl.
That's exactly what it felt like.
Yeah, exactly.
They were banging on the windows and stuff too. It was 100%.
Yeah, but you know, the one I would miss is when they start throwing bottles at me. I haven't had that for a long time now.
It's back. That used to be chicken wire they used to have to put up. We never played in any of the honky tonks with the chicken wire, but maybe we're going back to that now. I don't know.
Believe me, I have. I really have. And believe me, it was a lot of fun too, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Now, we started the show with All About It. Now, Drew, tell me all about it.
Yeah, tell you all about it. Well, we wrote this one with Frank Myers. Again, I was down in Nashville writing that one, and we have family. I have family on the east coast of Canada, and they have a very I don't know if you call it kind of a Celtic vibe to a lot of that music, the kitchen parties and stuff, and lots growing up there. I mean, Grandpa used to pull out the guitar and everybody just sit around. I think that's where I got a lot of my love for music on those trips out there. When you just see once that guitar came out, everybody just gathered, you know, and that was just everybody would sing songs all night, and you grab the spoons and the washboard and whatever you could get a hold of just to beat and play along, and so much fun. And I really thought that song had that kind of a vibe to it, so that's kind of how we produced it, with that little bit of that Celtic vibe to it, and just had a great energy to it. We sped it up from how we wrote it there, probably like 20 beats slower than the final production. We really speeded it up, and that was again Jason Barry's idea. Great producer out there in Ontario, and yeah, just made this into a real fun song, and it's one we've always done real well with playing live.
You know, we need somebody like you here in New Zealand. We really do. Simply because, yeah, we all get together, we do the choir thing, you know, we bring out the guitars, everything like that, but we only know one song. I mean,
Yeah.
10 guitars gets a bit tiresome after about the 30th time, you know what I mean?
Is it a long song at least? Or?
Well, it's fun. And believe me, everybody here in New Zealand knows it.
Yeah.
Just,
Had enough drinks, you can sing it a few times.
hey, look, I can't play the guitar, but I can still yink-a-tink with this one.
That's all you need.
Yeah, exactly. Yink-a-tink, yink-a-tink. Yeah, got it. Done. Let's 10 guitars. That's it.
Everything's an instrument after a couple of beers.
Well, absolutely. You know what?
Yeah.
I went to university to study a number of things, being radio as well, drama, all that sort of thing. And I came out with a degree in cowbell and triangle.
How's that working out for you?
I'm a master at it. Believe me, me and my little penguin suit, yep, bing, got it.
Yeah. Yeah. Nailed it.
Yep, absolutely, and got paid.
Perfect.
Did the whole show for one ding,
Yeah.
done, got it.
You get paid for that. You did something right.
Oh, mate, I had fun doing it too. New Zealand Symphony Orchestra for one show, you know.
Yeah.
Very, very little known about that, but yes, once, just for one show, I managed to get in there and do my triangle, and well,
You're the ting guy.
yeah,
Right on.
it was the thing. But I tell you what, pretty proficient at cowbell too, and there's never enough of that.
That's important. Yeah.
So
Need that.
when you come here to New Zealand, and we will talk about that a little later down the track, just remember, you know, you've got an expert right here with a good old cowbell.
Yeah. I'll have to let my cowbell and triangle guy down, but we'll figure something out. That'll work.
Believe me, I'll send him some moonshine.
All right, sounds good. Everyone's happy.
Yeah, exactly. Now, got a fan question for you, my friend. How do we get hold of you? Are you on Facebook? Are you on Instagram? Are you on Twitter? But more importantly, Drew, do you respond?
I do, yeah, like to everything. I love the fan engagement and this the social media stuff. So as much as I post and people are commenting, we have everything. Usually it's under just Drew Gregory Music. That's Facebook and Instagram, and then Twitter is Drew Gregory _. But yeah, I'm very, very active on that. We do a lot of like Facebook lives and Instagram lives and stuff where I just love the interaction with everybody. So 100% respond if you send a message. Absolutely.
Ah, you shouldn't have said that. Now you're going to get another 5,000 Facebook fans. You'll be there all day. You have nothing else to do.
That's awesome. I need something to do while I was sitting in the grain truck waiting for the harvest to come in here.
Fair enough too. Having said that, do you have a website? But more importantly, do you have a merch store on your website?
I do. Yeah, we actually partnered with it's a dirty hat here, but these guys, Redneck Royalty, and they've been running the merchandise. So I'll have to see. They might be getting some calls for around the world now. So have to figure out shipping, but we do have the merch website, and that's at drewgregorymusic.com. You can find everything there. We got all our links to our socials and everything as well. So yeah.
Nice. Now I'm going to talk to you more about that later down the track, because believe me, maybe we could do a little thing where we could do a competition and do some giveaways, stuff like that, you know, CDs, maybe a t-shirt, maybe a hat, you never know. However generous you feel like putting together, we would love to be able to do something like that, because believe me, in this game, it's all about promotions, it's all about keeping Drew Gregory in the minds and the ears of our audio audience. And believe me, I call them an audio audience rather than a fan. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because, believe me, I think these guys are precious. You know, the amount of traffic that we get every day, each and every one of those people, I absolutely love. So it's all about keeping your name in their minds. You know what I mean? So if we could do something like that, I'll talk to you about that later. Would really, really like to do that. Now, before we get too much further into this, I want to say hi, a big hi to Angie Morris from Soroma Entertainments. Now, she introduced us to you. Apparently she's online right now. Nice to have you aboard, Angie, and thank you so much. This man is very, very talented, and we think he's going to go to the next level. We really, really do. Going to keep an eye on that. And Drew, I'm sorry, I'm going to be your new stalker, to be honest with you. I'm going to keep an eye on your music career. Now, what happens when you get to be somebody big like Eric Church, for instance? Now, I know that Eric Church and Steve Earle, Bruce Springsteen, these are your influences, right?
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of Keith Urban?
Oh, yeah. Keith Urban very well, yeah.
Yeah, he's a Kiwi, by the way.
So he's done very well.
Yeah,
Good enough.
in fact, he's doing something with Pink right now, isn't he?
Is he? I didn't. I saw something was happening at the ACM Awards, but I didn't catch it. Like I said, I've been out of the loop sitting in the tractor, so I've missed all these performances. We got it taped though, so I'll be watching it as soon as we're done the harvest.
You know what you need is a screen in your cab. You know,
That would be nice.
if you can get your cell phone and your Wi-Fi on your cell phone, why not Bluetooth it to a screen? You can sit there, you know, stereo speakers. My God, you're done. That's it.
I'd be missing a lot of work, I think, if that was the case.
Yeah, you know, not too many straight lines, right?
No, not really.
That would be more like me. Anyway, you don't want to employ me to do the job. Believe me, I can't even sheep.
Unless it's cowbell. You're the cowbell man.
Well, I can. Yeah, that's the only animal thing besides a couple of dogs that we have that I'm good at because, believe me, I lose sheep. I do. I don't know where the hell they go. I do. I'll tell you the story about that later. But in the meantime, working, drinking, loving, living. Tell me how you come to the lyrics of this.
I mean, what else do you need? That's my life, just summed up right there. So, wrote this with Ken Johnson and Andy Zach, who Andy's actually, she's a Canadian as well. They're a husband and wife songwriting duo, but that was Ken's idea. He had that one for a while, and as soon as he said it, I love that. So yeah, we kind of worked through all that, but to me, that's just kind of what it's all about, especially out in the country here. It's you know, you kind of work all day and then head into the bar for a beer. So there's not much else to do but all those things, and then hopefully find a good woman, which I have as well. So yeah, what else do you need? Those four things are everything.
Now you need golf clubs.
Well, yeah, that didn't rhyme as well, I guess, so didn't make the song.
Exactly. You're right here at Galaxy 107 FM, joined live by Drew Gregory, working, drinking, loving, living, right here at Galaxy. How you feeling, Drew? You okay?
Yeah, I love it. This is awesome.
Nice. I feel sorry for you. You don't get out much, do you?
No, not this time of year, anyways.
Well, believe me, bro, I get it because they won't let me out that often unless I go to my car to listen to music.
As long as you have that. As long as you get the music.
Well, you know, the thing is, it doesn't matter where the hell I go in this country. I seem to be getting escorted by blue uniforms.
Is that right?
Yeah. They're starting to get to know me too bloody well.
It's not good.
I don't know. I'm all about shenanigans, bro. I am so all about having a bit of fun. I really am.
Perfect.
So, I actually want to talk to you about possibly coming to New Zealand, keeping an account and in mind that right now our borders are closed through this COVID thing, but when that happens, when we manage to be able to put shows back on again, would you consider coming to New Zealand and playing in front of New Zealand audiences?
Absolutely, I would. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Let me warn you.
In our winter, like, I definitely have a little. Would it be your summer, or was that, I don't know what you kind of think
it would
for
be.
the time of year? But
Yeah, it would be.
Because our winter, I mean, obviously with music and farming, our summer is quite busy. So our winter, your summer would be a pretty good time a year to do that.
It is. Well, let me tell you, we make sandcastles for Christmas.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we're on the beach. You know,
Yeah.
we ain't skiing and bobbing down no
it's
bloody
too
slopes.
No white Christmas over there. Yeah.
No, believe me, our girls wear bikinis at Christmas time and we thank God for that. We do.
That's perfect.
Oh, you know.
Yeah. No, I can get behind that.
Yeah, you never grow up. Not as a guy, not on a beach anyway.
That's the way to be.
Seriously.
Not around here. Yeah, beers and girls right there. Man
How far are you
understands.
guys? How far are you guys from the ocean?
A couple of minutes drive, actually.
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything's
Barb-
pretty close to the coast.
Barbara drives down the coast
You're
to get to
about-
work every day.
You're about
Yeah.
20 minutes away,
We're about 20 minutes away? Yeah. Couple of minutes. Yeah.
and I'm about 5.
Perfect.
It's like for him to go to the shop, you know?
Yeah.
20 minutes down the road.
Takes longer to get across some of our fields.
Yeah, I was going to say that would be to the letterbox, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
How much land?
Yeah, how much land have you got?
We farm just about 3,000 acres.
Oh, okay. It's reasonable.
Yeah.
It's reasonable. Let's go back to the desk.
Galaxy.
That's right, you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM, 23 away from 12 o'clock. It is 18 degrees. Temperature's doing weird things right now, it really is. But believe me, weatherman didn't stand a chance. Tuesday, September 22nd. And got to welcome along Osaka and also Tokyo and Nagasaki as well, Japan. Thank you for joining us. Also, St. Petersburg in Russia is tuned in this morning. Nice to have you guys there. Zambia and also Cape Town, Wales. Nice to have Wales and also Ireland tuning in this morning. Kia ora from us here in New Zealand. It's nice to have you. We're joined by Drew Gregory coming out of Alberta, Canada. A little place called Standard actually. And well, we kind of think he sets the standard for a lot of things in the music industry. Now, Drew, I was asking you just as we were listening to the last song, whether you would consider coming to New Zealand. Now, I've got to warn you, we're a little crazy here in New Zealand.
That's fine by me.
Oh, I love
think
this.
That's going to be a hard sell.
I love this. So, I take it you might be up for a few challenges then.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Let's do it.
Nice, nice. Have you ever heard of a hoo-hoo grub?
No.
Ooh. Okay. Indigenous folks of New Zealand, namely the Maori, still do today consider this as a delicacy, but you're familiar with a caterpillar being an organic farmer.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, this is a caterpillar on steroids. It's big, it's white, like a double-decker bus to a mini, actually.
Wow.
And with alcohol, plenty of alcohol, all right? Usually before, some people try during as well, and afterwards, I recommend afterwards as well. But what you do is you rip off the black head. Don't eat that, it's yucky. But when you crunch down on the body, it's like eating creamy peanut butter.
Really?
Really is. Really, I'll make sure you get the videos, the instructional videos, so you know I'm not pulling your leg. But
Please do.
Now, you do realise New Zealand is made up of 3 islands, possibly 4 if you want to throw in Australia. We'll claim that any day.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't deserve to claim it. We'll claim it, as West Island, because we're made up of 3 islands. One is Stewart Island.
Yep.
Then whoever named New Zealand run out of imagination and called the next one South.
Yeah.
And the other one was North. You know what I mean? The one where we're at. Couldn't. Stewart got a name.
Very creative.
Yeah. All at once, just exhausted themselves there. We got South and North after that. You know what I mean? That's the Kiwi way of doing things for sure.
Yeah.
Our Kiwi air conditioning here in the office, would you believe, is called Open the Bloody Window.
Yeah. That's crazy. You guys still right through summer. You're working in that office, are you?
We
How
are.
hot does it get there?
Very, very hot in here, I've got to be honest with you. Last summer, outside about 40 degrees, 42 degrees, I think. Maxed out at 42 degrees last summer. That was the hottest where we are. Add another 10 degrees for inside.
Any new
Oh.
music, pal?
Oh.
And believe me, weight loss program, let's put it like
Yeah,
that.
I guess.
It really is. What were you up to?
Talking to Brad Sims.
You were talking to Brad Sims?
Yeah.
Kia ora, bro. Nice to have Brad Sims along. It's been a while. Really.
Oh, Brad, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Does he know Brad?
Brad's a
There
good.
you go.
He's a member of the Galaxy family, much like you are now too. And I feel sorry for you. Don't know whether to welcome you or, commiserate. Yeah, because you are now part of the Galaxy family doing the interview. And we would welcome you to come back anytime, my friend. If you got new music, if you just want to talk, let us know. We would be more than happy to do that. Now, let's get back to the hoo-hoo grub, because this is interesting. Down the west coast of the South Island is a little place called Hokitika. Now, down there. Now, I was brought up in the west coast of the South Island, even though I wasn't born here in New Zealand. My father was he was crazy, actually. He used to blow things up for a living. Literally. Especially down the coal mines, open cast and down coal mines themselves, he'd blow anything up. And I had to live with this guy. Are you familiar with Crocodile Dundee?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was my dad with the cigar, the hat, the whole deal, but he blew stuff up rather than, His way of going fishing was to get into this tiny little aluminium boat. Now, I'm saying aluminium because that's how we say it, not aluminum. Tiny little boat, go out onto a lake, he'd chop up a stick of dynamite, set his deckhead in it, put a wick to it, sit there, light it with a cigar, and he's talking to you and waving this thing around, right? You're watching this thing, you're waiting for it to go bang, you really are, right? Not forget there's more of it still in front of you. He's sitting there waving this around, and then he flicks it, boom. Up comes these fish, and he's looking at me going, well, I did the fishing, you go and get the bloody things.
Oh, man. That's one way to fish.
That's my dad. Well, that was my dad. That was what he was like. He was crazy. He really, really was. But he was a lot of fun to live with. Learned a lot about explosives. Believe me, I really did. You can make explosives out of almost anything you would find in your kitchen.
That's true.
And believe me, I used to have a lot of fun experimenting with that. And, well, I'm just lucky I have still 10 fingers and toes, to be honest with you. Woo.
Yes.
And nitrogelatine was a lot of fun as well. Yeah.
Yes.
Had a lot of fun with nitros. I really, really did. Now, having said that, we knew how to keep the farm. I'm a farm boy as well. Yeah. Even though my father was a coal miner and all that sort of stuff, we also had a farm and grew up on the farm. In fact, my father's sense of humour was after school we did 2 hours boxing. We had our own boxing ring, literally, and 4 brothers. You know what I mean? You'd believe that we never really had an argument against each other because we knew why.
It's solved in the ring.
Well, exactly.
Yeah.
But even if there was no excuse, we were getting in there. It was a fitness thing the old man had. He was a former desert rat and very military-style guy. And he brought us up to be able to be not afraid of anything, but to be able to look after ourselves. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I love it. I've been doing some boxing myself for fitness. I just kind of got into it this last year. I love it.
Nice. Well, let me recommend it to you. Keep that up because, believe me, it is an absolutely fascinating sport. It really, really is. Unfortunately, well, look at me. I may be 21, but nobody believes me anymore. You see what I mean? So, but yeah, was brought up boxing, to be very honest with you. Now, down in Hokitika, where they have this Wild Foods Festivals, I know the people that put that together. Now, for 20, you know what it's like at festivals. You see kids wandering around with candy floss, hot dogs on a stick. There. Yeah, not there. Yeah. Believe me, bro, you might see a kid wandering around sucking on a deep-fried locust or something.
Oh, yeah. All weird stuff.
Yeah.
That's good.
I keep saying to the organisers there, the management and everybody that gets involved, what we really need here is a store where you can dip women in chocolate.
How's that going? Is that pitch?
Well, yeah, they gave me the same reaction you did, but you see, I think that's all day eating, really.
It'd be a draw.
Yeah, you'd make a lot of money for sure. But supply your own, women.
Yeah. Of course. Gotta be
Yeah.
respectful.
Yeah, no. Unfortunately, we can't find the bags big enough to put them in, you know what I mean? So bring your own. But it's all about making money and having a bit of fun. Now, have you ever heard of Queenstown?
Yeah.
Okay, nice. Believe me, love Queenstown. A lot of fun. Just try flying in there. It's, this whole right in the big mountains and everything like that. Turbulence like crazy. It really is. Wow, you really want to have a few tied on before you even get in the plane because the ride is just spectacular. It really is.
Like that.
I had one guy sitting next to me one day, and he was, fairly large guy, white knuckled. He was hanging onto the handles, and he goes, "Do you think we're going to crash?" I says, "Don't worry about it. We'll go straight to the scene of the crime." Yeah, that didn't impress him one bit. It really, he didn't like that at all. He got out, mate. He was so wet, his white shirt was transparent,
Yeah. Sounds good.
Yeah, believe me, if you see, for me, I've done it a number of times. In fact, I used to jump out of aeroplanes in Queenstown, so I'm kind of used to the turbulence and where the currents are going and everything like that. But this guy, yeah, you just got to take one of those moments, don't you? Yeah, steal it from him. Have some fun. Well, I tell you what, Queenstown's the kind of place where all the A-listers from around the world go, and literally up until when this COVID virus thing was going on, Shania Twain owns property down there. Kevin Costner was down there. Keanu Reeves, Tom Cruise was down there, just not so long ago. So it's one of those places where you go and run away from the mates and take your bros, your friends, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And what goes on the road stays on the road, right? Yeah.
You betcha.
You never know, Drew. You just never know who you might run into. But seriously, you don't want to run into me.
Why not?
I'll throw you off a bridge.
That sounds like a good time. Is that where they do the big? That's the one of the longest free fall bungee jumping. Is that where that is?
Exactly.
Yeah.
The guy who actually introduced and invented the bungee jump scenario is a good friend of ours, AJ Hackett.
Okay.
And believe me, you've got to try it. And well,
I'd love to.
You're not
It's on the bucket list.
Yeah, well, we'll make sure that one's crossed off. But luckily, you're not Australian, so we'll attach the bungee.
That would be appreciated.
It means you come back again. But at the same time, we have a thing there too, is a big chair that we swing out over this gorge as well, which is just absolutely butt-clenching fun.
That sounds good.
You can squeeze something out of those derrieres going out there, man. That is a lot of fun. I'll make sure you get the videos. Literally, I will. Barbara, will you take care of that for me?
Yeah.
Choice.
That'll be good. That'll be good posted for social media.
Yeah, believe me, you'll have a lot of fun. Now, have you ever heard of a Zorb?
I don't think so.
Okay, more fun. Believe me, this one really is. About an hour, well, just under an hour from where we are right now, is a Maori tourist city, which is the indigenous folks of New Zealand. Now, you're familiar with maybe Yellowstone with the geysers, the bubbly muds and stuff like that, and it's pretty world famous. Well, about an hour away from where we are, we have just that scenario. It really is a lot of fun, and we'll take you through Hell's Gate, show you what it was like maybe 50 million years ago, how things did stuff, you know what I mean? Because it really hasn't changed that much.
Right.
But then we'll take you down the road and introduce you to a Zorb. Now, I recommend a lot of alcohol here because it's a hell of a lot of fun.
Is this the giant ball? Is this you roll down the ball? There we go.
There you go. Exactly. Yep. And, well, we'll put some runners in front of you, and the more drunk you get, well, it's priceless when you run over their faces.
Do they have a puke bag in there? We can. We're having too much alcohol in there. That could be bad news.
It's okay. We got a hose.
Okay.
You know,
good.
we're civil around here. We know what a hose is these days.
Yes. You guys have come a long ways. That's good.
Yeah, some of us are still in grass skirts, but not many anymore. Literally. Are you familiar with Lord of the Rings?
Yes.
All right, about an hour and a half away from where we are right now is the original set of Hobbiton. And,
All right.
well, the staff will take you there because the security staff there know me, unfortunately.
Okay.
Yeah, apparently they asked me to leave because, well, you know those little, they're like golf cart kind of deals, right?
All right.
Yeah, it was a security car.
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun.
You bet.
It was worth it. It was worth it. It was.
Oh, I've heard the story.
Exactly. Well, you know, but they do have the original party trees and the hobbit holes and everything like that. And believe me, we'll take you and show you around there as well. Now, are you into wine?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what, why not throw in a few wineries as well, as a bit of a winery tour as well, because believe me, we make some of the best wine in the world. I'm not joking, literally. Next time you go and buy yourself a bottle, think of New Zealand and see if you can get yourself some New Zealand wine. Believe me, you will not be disappointed, especially if it's Marlborough. I recommend Marlborough. I do.
All right. Okay, I'll take a look.
Nice. Believe me, you won't be disappointed. It's great wine. So we'll take a look at that. We'll also go to Auckland, and will you be bringing your wife with you?
I think I would have to on this one. Yeah.
Okay, is she into shopping?
Surprisingly not as she'd be more into the wine, I think.
Okay,
But she could do some shopping.
okay, are you into shopping?
Oh yeah, I can be. What are we talking about? What kind of shopping?
Well, you know, I tell you what, I'll let you loose with Barbara. She's an Olympic shopper.
Okay.
Cars,
She knows
trucks,
everywhere in the
trailers.
country to go get a damn
Chainsaws.
good deal. You know, good stuff, really.
I like a good deal.
She knows, believe me, she knows everywhere to go. So we'll take care of that. But we'll take you to Auckland. We'll go out on the harbour there. Probably take out one of the large yachts. Have a meal on the harbour, taking the ambience of the city in the background at night time. Absolutely splendid. Something you don't want to miss. You really don't.
Amazing.
Same time, now that I've done the sales, we'll do about maybe 5 shows in New Zealand. Then we might even trip over to Australia and do about 8 shows over there.
Okay.
Only because we like their money, right?
Sounds good to me.
Nice.
Hey,
Yeah.
Amy Rose.
So I
Where
took-
in Australia? Where do y'all go in Australia?
Where would you like to go? We do
I've
Brisbane,
been
Sydney.
there. I have been over. So I've done the East Coast, and now we flew over to Perth and back. But the plan was to get to New Zealand, and we hadn't yet. So I got to do that one first.
Exactly. Now, I was going to talk to you about this because I'm a little disappointed to find out that you did backpack all the way around Australia.
Yeah.
Now, did you discover that they can't spell beer over there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's
They,
I don't know.
they've got a brand over there called 4X because they just couldn't figure out how to spell it.
I see. Yeah. We had some of that. Yeah.
Yep, okay. Well, I had a guy from Victoria. Now, Victoria's got a good beer, I got to be honest. This BB,
Yeah.
you know, I kind of like that. But
Yeah.
this guy,
Dirty bottles.
yeah, this guy rang me up one day and he says, Grant, we know how to spell beer. And I went, go on. He goes, B-E-A-R, beer. Yeah. It says it all, really, doesn't it? B-E-A-R, beer. Sweet.
Oh man.
Go on, copper. But, you know, we kind of have this love-hate relationship. It's a sports thing. I'm sure you can relate to it, being Canadian, you know, against Americans. It must be a nice hockey thing for you guys.
Oh yeah.
For us, it's a rugby union thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We have
Absolutely.
the All Blacks. They have the Wallabies. That one slipped out. I didn't think of that one before. And they've not got any silverware in their cabinet for about 30 odd years. You know, they should. By now, you would be thinking maybe the colours that you're wearing is wrong or something.
Gotta change something.
Well, they've changed so many coaches. Well, that's not working for them either.
Yeah.
But we're not going to give you any of ours. Believe that, literally. But, you know, it is one of those sports things, so we like to have a bit of fun with the Australians.
Absolutely.
Got to admit, and here's a true story for you. A friend of ours coming out of United States is called Doc Yates. And
Okay.
real doctor, and has a band, great singer, everything like that. And he says, Grant, I've got a story for you that is absolutely for sure. And I went, really? What's that? And he goes, well, my drummer was at a NASCAR race just last weekend. I went, okay. And he goes, well, the guy was sitting next to a couple of Australians. And he introduced himself, and they introduced themselves, and where you're from, and all this sort of stuff. And he goes, yeah, well, you know, I'm a drummer for a band called Doc Yates. And she goes, oh, yeah, we know Doc Yates.
Oh, yeah?
And he goes, oh, yeah? How do you know Doc Yates? And she goes, well, we listen to Galaxy 107fm.
True story.
At a NASCAR race. That's amazing.
That is absolutely fantastic. It is. You know, got two Australians that actually listen to me, poor buggers.
Even in Australia, you're getting viewers. That's great.
Yeah, exactly. But,
Yeah.
you know, it's all about maybe keeping the dirt under your feet, I suppose. So I gather that sometimes you're just trying to keep the farm.
Yeah, that's. I mean, we wouldn't be true farmers if we weren't having something to complain about all the time. Too much rain, or not enough rain, or too hot, too cold. So yeah, we needed to put a song out about that for sure.
I thought that was a great segue, actually. I really did.
I like it. I know where you're going with that one.
Tell me all about it.
Yeah, this was actually a song I didn't write on. I just we were in a song. I think I was writing a song with another friend of mine and a friend of his, and he asked, "Oh, do you mind if I pitch a few songs?" And he kind of pitched a few, and there's nothing I was really too keen on, and then the close friend said, well, he said, "Farm, do you got anything about farms or something like that?" He said, "Oh, I got one." So he had to search for it a little bit, but he found this one, and right, it just started with that chorus, and it was that's perfect for me, and it was just perfect for the album we were putting on. We were going a little more hard time and honky tonk with this album that I had it on, and it fit the bill, and we kind of broke it down, did it more acoustic style, and it just seemed perfect. A good campfire tune.
Love it. Absolutely love it. So, live right here at Galaxy 107 FM, joined by Drew Gregory, as I'm just trying to keep the farm on Galaxy. How you feeling? You need that stiff drink yet?
Oh, we're getting there. No, that's good. I love the stories, man. You got some good ones. That sounds like a good time over there.
Oh, believe me, my bro, I could talk your ear off. They employ me to do this. Yeah. Oh, mate, it's an absolute pleasure. It really, really is. I want to talk to you about writing with Aaron Goodwin.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that next up. And
you guys play him down there?
oh yeah.
Listeners familiar with him? Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yep. We're very familiar with Aaron. We really, really are. In fact, I wouldn't mind getting an interview with him at some stage.
Oh, maybe
Oh.
Drew might help. How are your children, darling?
What's that?
Barbara's just saying hello to some of the people who are watching online right now.
Oh, okay.
Hi,
I wasn't
Joanne.
sure.
Apparently she knows
Doing a meet and
Drew.
greet. Here's
you
something
do,
for you,
you-
Drew, that we're looking
Shema,
at
hi,
doing next year is
Barbara. Love
we
you,
want to be
darling.
more
Angie.
interactive with our
Hi,
online audience, if you know what I mean.
Sheila, love
So
you
we're
too.
putting in what's being dubbed as the Andromeda system, where we're putting in all of these monitors, and each and every
Okay.
one's going to have a couple of people that are logged in, and if they want to ask questions or whatever, they can do it directly straight through the on-air producer and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
That's cool. Yeah.
which now makes it that much more user-friendly. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
You have a little audience there. That's great.
yeah, we hope to put in maybe about 100 monitors in here. We're only using it as a test because we're looking at expanding at some stage in the near future where we can actually do this on a larger scale. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
But I love this idea, I do. Oh, by the way, I might warn you, there might be a chance of the 5 questions from the 50 Shades of Grey.
No, you can't do that.
He might be on
I
a
haven't
tight
seen that,
schedule.
so that'll be
He's
new
on
to
a
me.
tight schedule.
He's on a tight schedule.
Yeah. He's got to go out and do more harvesting before it's dark.
No, he don't.
Yeah.
No, he don't. He's in for the night. He's about to get drunk. He's talking to me. Needs it after
waiting for me here.
He's got to do something with the
I would
trucks.
think good.
Fell asleep in the shower. Hold on, let's go to the desk. That's right, you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM. It is 2 after lunchtime, 12 o'clock midday, 18 degrees downtown, kind of temperatures fluctuating up and down right now. And, well, it doesn't really matter because Barbara won yet again. She's good at it now. Getting very good at it now. I've got to keep an eye on that because, believe me, I used to be really good at it. Now she's learned from the best. And now she's showing the best how to do it. Tuesday, September 22nd. It's an absolute pleasure because, believe me, I'm joined by Drew Gregory coming out of Alberta, Canada, a little place called Standard. And also got to give a bit of a shout out, of course, to Angie Morris coming from Saroma Entertainments. Love what you've done here and introduced us to Drew Gregory. Now, Drew, I want to talk to you about writing. Now, for me, especially, and I've spoken to some writers that go from one writing group to another, to another, to another. Sometimes even in the same evening, you know what I mean? When you're writing a song, how is it that you can come up with a fresh song after writing the last one? Do you carry anything over?
I wouldn't say so. There's the odd time where like a melody might carry over a little bit, or it'd be hard to get out of it. But that's where it's nice to write with different people. Maybe if you've just come from a writing session, maybe it's best to let them kind of roll with the melody idea of things, just to try to have something fresh. But I don't know, I always got like I guess you call it a hook book. It's on my phone now, but during harvest and seeding, when you're just out the tractor so much, that's when I kind of come up with all the ideas. So try to have just little hooks or lines that you can kind of go off of, and we usually both take those into a writing meeting, and guys just keep reading from their hook book until you find something that everybody loves, and you just roll with it from there. So I've definitely had songs though where I got another song stuck in my head, and the melody just kind of ends up falling on that. So it can be hard. You just got to kind of recognize that if you can. But that's what I love about co-writing. It just always gives a fresh perspective.
You know, I absolutely understand that. I really, really do. And believe me, I can't write for, well, quids, to be honest with you. Can't sing, well, I can. I sing tenor, or maybe 12 miles away from anybody that can hear me.
Very high.
Yeah, believe me, get that out. Believe me, even the shower's not working as well as it should be anymore. We might need to get it a psychiatrist or something, you never know.
Or you. Maybe you.
Oh dear, oh dear. A new one?
No, maybe you.
Maybe me.
Mm.
No, we don't want to give it two of me. That's worse.
Oh man.
Believe me, I blush easily, I really do. Now, I want to talk, we were talking about writing, and one of the people that you know and have written with in the past quite well is Aaron Goodwin. Now, tell me about Aaron. How did you meet Aaron?
It was kind of a funny story. I had a friend come up to me, not even a friend, I guess. I'd known this guy through someone else. And he came up to me at a show and said they knew Aaron. And this is going on a decade ago now, probably 2009, 2010, somewhere in there. And they said, next time you go down to Nashville, you gotta hook up with this guy. And at that time, I mean, didn't know the name or who he was or anything. So got down there and had his number, give him a call. He said he was out of studio, and it actually happened to be, I didn't have a vehicle down there, but it happened to be like about 10 blocks from where I was staying. So I started walking down there, and then there was a gas station. Ended up grabbing some beer at the gas station, and kept walking. I couldn't find the studio, so I'm on the phone with him. And he comes up and says, "Are you the guy walking around the street looking lost with a case of beer?" And yeah, that'd be me. So he found me anyways and went into the studio, and we just had a big old fun night and really hit it off just musically and just chatting about everything from life and family and all that. And just been a great friend and a great mentor right through the whole last decade, and great to see him having all the success he's having as of late as well.
Well, we absolutely love Aaron here. We play a lot of him, I gotta be honest. And if you do see him, let him know that he's got big fans here in New Zealand. He really, really does.
Send it your way. You bet. Yeah.
Nice. Now, at the same time, though, you've not been so shy in the years as well. You've done some pretty big shows. You've opened for people like Miranda Lambert, Kip Moore, John Michael Montgomery, and also Big and Rich, huge, Emerson Drive, and Chad Brownlee. That's a pretty impressive resume right there.
It sure sounds good, man. It's when you say it, it's weird. You just always, your younger days just dream of having shows like that, and then now looking back, yeah, that's it's getting to be quite the roster. But it's my favorite thing to do. All this music, everything that we do with it, from the songwriting to the studios to the trips and all the business stuff. My favorite thing is being on stage, and that's what it's always led back. I do all that other stuff so I can get to the stage, and I got lucky with just a killer band right off the bat, just a great group of guys, and it's always been the same group of guys, and just fantastic musicians, and we just love being on the stage and love being on the road together. So it's where I want to get back to once all this is over, and we'll keep making new music and keep writing to get there.
I get that, I really do. So I'm going to throw one at you, and let's set the scene now. Band's on stage, lighting, sound, everything's all going. Crowd's right there, just going off.
Yeah.
Just before you go on stage, do you get the butterflies?
Not really anymore. I mean, I probably used to, but I always just thought of it as, I guess you call it nervous energy, or just getting pumped up. I'll do a little jump around, and we got our little pre-show rituals and stuff. But I don't know. I know that my band has got my back, so that's been a big part of it. I just know how long we've played together, and I mean, you're always going to have some new stuff, but getting to the point where we've just played so much over the years that I've just about seen everything that can be thrown at us, and we've always just had fun with it. So I don't know, I wouldn't call it nervous anymore, but I get a lot of energy. I can feel the heart racing for sure.
I asked this of one young lady, and she says, Grant, I gotta pee.
Really?
She goes, I get to that stage of just walking on, and wow, no good, got to go and pee. She goes, I get that nervous. I said, okay. And she goes, yeah, but the weird thing is, I go, do that, come back, get to the same point again, and have to turn right on back around and do it all over again. She goes, I really, really get that nervous, I really do. But as soon as I get on stage, and just starting with the first couple of words, she goes, bang, gone.
All right.
We're into it. You know what I mean? And I went, that really is an interesting nervous addiction, isn't it?
That is. I would hope the set's not too long, but you can
well,
have to take a little solo break and go use a bathroom halfway through.
You know something? I make sure that there's a portaloo just off to one side, actually.
I'll tell you something, man. We were playing up in the Grand Prairie, northern Alberta, and there was a festival there, and they had Creedence Clearwater Revisited. It was one of the guys from CCR in the band, and he kind of started, and then it was, I think it was the brother singing. Anyways, they started soloing. We were standing side stage, and the one guitar player, they broke it right down. The one guitar player started soloing, and the guy came off stage, and he disappears, and the solo goes on for like 5 minutes, and then he comes back on, and he just grabs us on the shoulder. He says, "When you gotta go, you gotta go." And he just right back on stage, the whole song, like nobody in the audience would even know him. This big solo, and then he comes right back on, right back into it, starts singing again, and right halfway through the show. So that's a guy who's got it figured out.
Yeah, absolutely. And believe me, I've toured with some well-known bands around the world, and I'm sure, you know, they've been actually household names. Some of them, well, a couple of them out of Australia didn't know how to get past 4 letters. Again, Australia can't, you know, 4 letters, 2 bands, 4 letters, each band, you know.
4X.
Kind of, you know. You just don't want them signing all the same document, do you?
Yeah.
Is that your signature? No, that one is.
Not that X.
Yeah, exactly. But yes, I have to not only been a sound engineer working in studios as a recording engineer, but I've also been front of house and toured the world a number of times with some very, very big bands, and done some very big shows here in New Zealand as well. I really have, with some touring bands that have needed an engineer all of a sudden. So, sometimes I've lucked out a couple of times there. The engineer's come over and, well, he's come down with peritonitis, for instance, and, well, guess who's got his hand up?
Well, that sure leads to some pretty good stories, I'm sure.
Well, that one actually led to about 35 years working with the one band coming out of Australia that came to New Zealand every year. I got the contract, you know what I mean? So, love that one. Again, 4 letters in their name. There was something familiar about that. There's a little lightning bolt in there as well, if you think about it. Really.
Gotcha.
Anyway, well, you know, it's one of those things where you could just go down. You really would know this band, to be honest, because you could go down to any pub, throw, you know, some money in the jukebox, and believe me, everybody in the pub would know exactly that band and that song. They really would, you know. But it's always nice to be able to go down to the pub, get yourself a drink, throw some music on. I think it's better in a bar. What do you reckon?
You're just nailing the segues here. I'm impressed. It's good. Yeah, man. It's for me 100% true. I've always thought it was better just being around people, man. It's in good times and bad. I mean, I'm mostly pretty much about the good times, but you know, you go through some rough patches too. I think it's the worst thing you can do is just sit at home and wallow in it. You got to get out and see some friends and take your mind off it. And we've had some good. It was a little hotel. It's over 100 years old, but when I was kind of coming of age, and maybe even just a little bit before sneaking in there's the bar in this hotel, and I kind of had that one in mind for this. It's just that little corner bar. That's where everybody always met. You could always count on somebody to be there to have a beer with, and probably got me through a lot.
I kind of get that. I really do. And, well, I got to be honest with you, I loved going into pubs before being of age, but afterwards, well, you know, all the shine kind of went off it. You know what I mean? It's like, yay. It was
so risky anymore.
Well, it was, but the weird thing too is one of the pubs that I used to frequent when I used to disappear into another city from where I was brought up. I didn't realise that the pub I used to go to, my parents actually owned.
Really?
Yeah, that was a weird one. It was. In Christchurch, my father actually owned the pub, and I used to disappear, go there, because down that way in Kashmir, I used to have a girlfriend that I used to go and visit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that was the pub that we used to go to. Until my father let it out that, well, he knew exactly what I was up to.
Keeping tabs on you.
Yeah. The bar management used to let him know. Believe me.
Yeah.
So, but I got to agree with you, Gregory, Drew. Sorry, I think I would be better in a bar right now. I got to be honest with you. I love this track. I really do, Drew. So, right here, live with us is Drew Gregory and better in a bar. Oh God, sorry about that, my boy.
It's all good. I get called Greg probably a couple times a week. It's all fine.
I had some stuff being spoken to me in my ear at the same time.
Oh, that'd be hard.
Yeah, we call you Reed.
Yeah.
Where's that Reed gone?
I got called Reed all my life.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah. Especially at high school. They used to be very fond of yelling that at me.
Little devil.
I knew what my name was. You know
Well,
something? The first day I went to school, when I was a little kid,
Yep.
right? The kids come up to me and says, "What's your name?" I said, "My name's Jesus Christ." True story. True
Yes.
story. They went, "Yeah, no, mate, no, Jesus Christ." I went, "It is. It's Jesus Christ." I went, "What?" Look, I tell you what. I'll prove it to you. So I took about 30 kids home to meet my parents. The first thing out of my dad's mouth was, "Oh, Jesus Christ."
I could imagine.
It's quite true. It is. I used to get called that so much from my dad. Yeah, you just look at me, Jesus Christ. So much that I actually did think it was my name. So when I went to school, yeah.
That's good.
Yep, that happened. We have Truck, Beer and Girl next.
Yeah.
And that one, my friend, is well up around 1,800 requests since we've been playing it.
Wow, that's amazing. Wow.
So, and that's what I was being told when I was talking to you and I fluffed your name up. I apologise, but
That's all good.
yeah, I 1832. 1,832 requests since we've been playing it. So,
Wow.
very, very cool.
That's
By the way,
And thank you to Angie
Drew,
for
you
sending
will
it.
get a copy of everything we do today, including we'll transpose the live video we're doing now over to YouTube, give you a copy of that. Whether you want to watch it again, put yourself through this nightmare, I don't know.
You might like to have a
I'll
laugh
do it
at
with
your
some
jokes.
whiskey later on.
Yeah, you might need to
Yeah.
actually go, Jesus Christ.
You have to.
But you'll also get some
Sometimes.
photos. My on-air producer, she takes some photos and sends them through. And you'll get some of those. We'll do some crazy photos after this as well for you, so you can put them on your phone, show your friends, go, "Kiwis, not healthy, don't do it." Plus we'll do a quick, very, very quick video that we will put on our website, because believe me, 5 million plus people every hour go through it. You know, they don't just live stream us, they get nosy and have a. Sometimes I feel very oogled.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
My pages feel very, very looked at.
Oh.
They do. Anyway, let's go back to the desk.
That's awesome.
That's right, you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM, 20 minutes after 12 o'clock. It is 18 degrees downtown, and well, it can't make up its mind. It was 20 something earlier on, and up and down it goes. You're right here at Galaxy, it's fun, it really is. Tuesday, September 22nd, and I'm joined live by Drew Gregory coming out of Alberta, Canada. And I'm kind of a little in anticipation, I've got to be honest, because I found out, Drew, that you're a DJ.
How do you figure that?
No, that's Jeremy.
Oh, that's Jerry. Oh,
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah.
Somebody
Right
was saying
person.
that, talking about something else altogether. That's okay. I can relax again because, you know, these guys here, they like to put me up against other radio announcers, TV personalities, stuff like that. And sometimes I get, wow, you know, I've only done this for about 40-something years. Still learning the job. Come on, don't do that to me.
No, you're a pro, old pro.
Well, I tell you what, just the other week, Radio New Zealand, the official licensing company here in New Zealand, got in touch with me and said, this year we're going to name you the godfather of modern New Zealand radio.
Wow.
And I went, that's your way of saying I'm old, right?
What an honor, though.
Yeah, I've lived long enough and performed long enough now to be able to be called the godfather.
The Godfather.
Yeah, yeah.
It's the beard. I think it's the beard.
Gotta be. It's gotta be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Must be.
Can't be the hat anyway, but it's got to be the beard. But
Yeah.
having said that, my friend, I couldn't think of a better track than Better and About, and I absolutely love that track. I got to be straight up with you, even though I fluffed it at the end there. I apologise about that. That is one absolutely stunning track. Now, I want to ask you this, literally. Now, how long has it been since you've been playing? You taught yourself, didn't you?
Yeah. It was probably 16, so just about 20 years, man. I've been playing the guitar. So I started playing guitar a lot before singing or anything. I don't even know when I honestly, when I started playing guitar, I had that dream of, as we talked before, with my grandfather having everybody just gather around the guitar. But I was like so into like licks on the guitar, so I'd just like learn a lick, and then I'd bring the guitar to parties and I'd play a lick, and then I would just stop, and then I'd play another lick, and people are like, well, sing the damn song, and I just never got around to learning the lyrics and all that. So that kind of came a little later, more so in college and stuff, where I finally, okay, maybe I should sing some songs all the way through. But I've just loved it all the way through. No one ever had to tell me to sit down and practice or anything. When I picked up that guitar for the first time, I guess it would have been 15, 16. My parents split it with me, and I'd just go down to the basement after school and play till I went to bed. I loved it, and I still love it today. Still love just noodling around. It's one of my favorite things to do.
That's really cool. Sorry about that, but Barbara's sitting there waving at the screen every now and again. She interacts as well, and every now and again, you know, you can see when she's going to come back again. So, well, be a bit funny. Look natural.
I love it. Love it.
Anyway, now, having said that, and I'm going to ask you this. Should we do the 5 questions?
No.
No?
No.
You sure?
Yeah, well, I mean,
Why not?
you need some new ones.
I need some new... Have you ever tried vegan sausages, Drew?
No.
No? You say you don't know whether they're made of real vegans or not?
No, that's not something I need to try.
Yeah, well, you know, it kind of makes you wonder about Girl Guide biscuits now, doesn't it?
Oh, man.
Bet you can't just eat one of them. At the same time, you got to wonder about baby oil now. Oh, it's getting worse. Are you familiar with politics from around the world? Now, you did mention that you knew about Jacinda Ardern being our female Prime Minister here in New Zealand.
Yeah, I did, and I don't even know why I knew that. She's very pretty, isn't she?
She is. She is.
Yeah, maybe that's why.
And
I don't know.
when you
But
come...
no, I don't know much about politics apart from who's pretty and who's not, I guess. That's about as far as I go.
Okay, well, you know, you got a good eye, actually. Very, very good eye. But when you come to... Are you into fishing?
Yeah.
Yeah? What about big game fishing? How about going for marlin and stuff like that?
I've never done it, but I would love to.
Well, I tell you what, we'll tee something up, and we'll do it with our Prime Minister's husband.
Wow.
Yeah, and I'll let him know that you said something about his wife.
I better keep boxing, I guess.
Hey, maybe you should. But I tell you what, no, Clark actually has a boat. He goes out and takes people out and goes big game fishing, of course, and he's absolutely superb at what he does. He really does. And he leaves the wife to make decisions on the country. You know what I mean?
That guy's got it figured out.
Yeah, he does. I think he's got his priorities right. Yeah, I'm going fishing. You run the bloody country.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. You can run the house. You can run the purse. Why not country? Go for it. You know, I'm fishing. Yeah, I like that. I do. And great guy too, by the way. So we'll tee something up there for you.
Yeah.
Having said that, are you familiar with Boris Johnson, the Prime Minister of the UK?
Yeah, yeah,
Angela Merkel, of course, is the Chancellor of Germany.
yeah,
Then there's Donald Trump.
yeah.
Which is the odd one out?
I don't know. I don't know. I can't even. I don't have any comments on politics. You just get yourself in trouble that way.
Well, you know, most people, and believe me, straight away go Donald Trump.
Right, right.
Usually
What's your
they're,
opinion?
well, you know, usually at that stage I say why, because he's the same colour of his almost impeachment.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, or is it the hair? Do they give that its own room at night? What do they feed that thing?
You're terrible, Grant.
But now think about this. If you made, and I'm sure you're familiar with those balloon things at car parks, you know, that wave around in the wind.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you put one of those, one's Trumpy and another one, and it's Boris Johnson. That would be fun.
Yeah, yeah.
What to do with
I
your
don't know what to say on that.
yeah, what to do with your ex-political leaders? Let's make balloons out of them. And they've got the same hairstyle, I'm sure of it.
Comedian.
They do. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just wondering what's breeding that kind of hairstyle to run countries.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Scary. It's scary. Anyway, but you know, I'm always thinking that there's other things. Now we employ politicians, and believe me, I'm going to be talking to one tomorrow.
Yes.
To make the hard decisions.
Tiny
I'm pretty
tips
sure
off
that
from
you
the
would do
National
that in your own
Party.
country as well, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So what happens when they can't make a decision?
I don't know.
They have a referendum,
Right.
right? They buck it off back to the public again, and believe me, they've done it again. I don't know in your country, but we have an election coming up very, very shortly,
Yeah, yeah.
and we get a little, we get a little yellow orange man to remind us that we're going to be voting. You know what I mean? Love the guy. I just wonder what he tastes like. Really.
17th.
Yeah, he looks like something you would find in a plastic bag that you would suck on, right?
Yeah, he does.
Well, he does.
Gingerbread
He kind of
man.
does. When I've grown up with this guy. I have. But we have two decisions that they cannot seem to make a decision for here in New Zealand. So they've thrown
thank
it
you,
back to
Auntie
the...
darling.
Now, I think that New Zealand should get a pay cut, a tax cut, because we have to pay them to do the job they can't do. So if we're going to do it for them, I reckon we should get a bonus out of that. What do you reckon?
That seems fair.
Yeah.
Divvy
And
it
they
up.
can pay for it out of their own pockets because we pay them enough. But the first one, and I'm going to show you this.
Okay. What am I voting on? Cannabis. Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right.
Now, it started a couple of years ago. We're thinking about doing this as a medical thing, right?
Yeah. Yeah,
But
yeah,
legalization is not medical. That's
yeah,
total, really, isn't it?
yeah,
It's
yeah.
not decriminalising it. It's not. It's saying, okay, we're going to open it up. What's your choice on that? How would you stand for that? Are you for or against the legalisation of marijuana?
Yeah, I'm for it. I think it's been a good thing here in Canada. I mean, it brings in some more tax money to pay for some more referendums, I guess. And no, it's it's been good here. It's been fine. I think they've done a good job with how they've brought it all in, and I think there's more places in the world now that have done good jobs and places that have done bad jobs. So if they do bring it in, I'm sure there will be, as they did in our country, a long process to do it and how to do it. And each province has done it kind of differently. But yeah, I think so far it's been a great thing for us.
You know, they're not chickpeas you're growing, really, is it?
Canola.
You got to start a few more
Canola.
times.
Yeah.
Stays a little more. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. You know, something may stand a little higher, but well, hell. But having said, and I got to be honest with you, when I first found out about this, I had, the little old men and little old women that drive these sort of golf carty things down through shopping centres and stuff like that, really run you over if you don't get out of their way. I had a little old man chase me down one day in one of these cart things, and it was candy apple red too, metallic, complete with the flag, the whole deal, even the little lights, right? And he's yelling at me going, Grant, cannabis oil's good for your joints.
Yeah.
And I went, really? Really? And he goes, yeah. Spit it on the paper before you put that. And this is a little old man. He must have been about 80 years of age. And I'm going, yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah. Hold on. You're having me on. But apparently it is too. I've talked to a couple of younger people who go, oh yeah, put some on that and you'll be right. And I'm going, well, I got to try it first, actually. I don't know what it's about. Don't know anything about it. The next one, and this one's interesting.
End of life choice. Okay.
It's a bit young to us.
Now, I'm all in favour of this, literally, because, when our animals and everything get to a certain point, we put them down and call ourselves humane, right?
Yeah.
But we don't do the same for the people that actually need it.
Yeah, this is an interesting one in our household. My wife is very involved with end of life care. She's a nurse. She also does labor and delivery, but the other things she's done beginning of life and end of life. But she's very involved and really going through all the legalities of it right now and wants to be, know the situation inside and out. So we've had some chats about it, and yeah, I'm for the choice if it's done right. I think you got to be very careful. I think it can be a slippery slope for sure if you get anybody else making the decisions. But if it's done right, I think it's a great thing as well.
Drew, I also think it's a great idea. I do, but not. We don't want the wrong circumstances. It's not because you want to get hold of Grandma's money or anything like that. It's
exactly.
Because Grandma is at a point in her life that she's suffering more than she's having a quality of life, and she is making the decision, not the people around her. You know what I mean? So believe me, I'm all for it. I really am. And I was talking to somebody the other day. He says, we had a guy in the United States who used to do that called Jack Kevorkian.
Yeah.
And I went, yeah, I know where his band ended up, actually. I do. In a museum.
Oh, yeah.
Zach Bagans has got it in Vegas. And I've seen the band. I have.
Oh, yeah.
Believe me. But in some eyes, he was a criminal. In other eyes, the man was a hero. You know what I mean?
Right.
And the people that he worked with, not on, but with, it was their choices. They approached him. You know what I mean? He didn't go out and just murder people. He was using it for its merits, and you got to, in some ways, give a little bit of respect for that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, absolutely sticky referendum to go through this year. I've got to be honest with you, but I'm pretty pro everything here because, believe me, I can see its merits in a lot of ways. But me personally, I want to pass away in my sleep, much like my grandfather did.
Way to go.
Yeah, not like the passengers in his car at the time.
Screaming at the top of their
Yeah.
voice.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, that happened as well. So, my friends,
Let's move on.
truck, beer, girl. Now, I'm going to say to you, light beer?
Yes.
Why
No, not
light beer? Why it doesn't like? Come on, real beer, bro.
That's the problem. I'll start by saying this is another one I didn't write. So I guess if I was in the right room, that might have been something we could have changed. But the rest of the song is exactly what I was looking for. Again, with this album was going for that honky tonk vibe, and they had this one actually demoed and listened through, and I was digging it. But yeah, when it got to that hook, I was just that sold me right there. That's three of my favorite things. What else do you need?
Chocolate.
Well, that too, yeah.
Believe
The
me.
girls.
Yeah, believe me, my wife always says chocolate. Need more chocolate. You have cowbell, I'll have chocolate. Yep. Truck Beer Girl, absolutely love this. And over 1,800 requests since we've started playing it. Drew Gregory, this is your most played song here at Galaxy. I got to congratulate you, I do.
Thank you. This is amazing.
You're right here at Galaxy, live with Drew Gregory and Truck Beer Girl, right here at Galaxy. So, Drew, what we'll do is we'll wrap it up from here, but don't go anywhere just yet because we're going to take a couple of funny photos and we'll do a very quick video. It's basically a stinger, a shout out, and we'll put that on our homepage because, as I was saying, that many people go through. They go and have a look, and before you know it, you've got another 5,000 Instagram fans. I'm sorry.
That's incredible. Thank you. It's amazing.
Having said that, today, by the way, I'm dressed, of course, by my good friend Tim
And
from
he's
the band
online
The Mighty
watching.
One. Seriously, Tim.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us. Really is. And he is a good friend. Drew, if you've got a little spare shirt or something, if you're throwing a package together to do a giveaway or a competition, throw an extra couple in so that, because believe me, strangely enough, everybody that watches this, they go and have a look at who you are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'd be honoured to wear your brand. I really would while I'm doing this. And
We'll send you some. That's awesome.
part of the promotions and stuff like that. At the same time, if you're anywhere near a recordable 58, you know what a 58 is, right?
Yeah.
How about saying, hi, it's Drew Gregory, and you're listening to Galaxy 107 FM, and I'll get it whacked on here. Again, it's about keeping your name
Andrew,
going
we need them
here
all
at the
to do
station.
that.
I will do that. Yeah, when I get home, I got a mic, a really high quality one I can plug right into the phone and give you something good.
Awesome. Send it to us on MP3 format.
Okay. Yep.
Brilliant. Because believe me, bro, I am that impressed with your music and everything. I would love to be able to keep promoting you as much as I can, and that's one way that we can do it, literally. And believe me, that many people listening, somebody's going to be another Facebook fan of yours, and I feel sorry for you.
I welcome them all.
Well, I'll tell you what, folks, for you guys, go and check out Drew Gregory. Believe me, you can't go wrong. Now, how do we get hold of your music? Are you on Spotify and iTunes, places like that? All your platforms?
Everywhere you can find music online, we'll be there.
Nice. Brilliant.
It's on his Facebook. It's on his website.
On his website.
Yep.
Yeah, all the links there.
Having said that too, are you familiar with the Galaxy Artist page?
No, not yet. I gotta take it. Like I said, I've been so out of the loop with Harvest right now, but I'll be checking it out for sure.
Well, I tell you what, if you've got any gigs, any new music, anything you want to promote, go there, use it. It's for artists, okay? It's free. Use it.
Thank you.
In the meantime, that's right, you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM. It is 20 away from 1 o'clock and 21 degrees. It's come back up again, really weird. Just before we wrap this up, Drew being an Alberta Country Music Awardist, yes, he's won 2019 Male Artist of the Year and 2019 Song of the Year for Better in a Bar. And Drew, gotta thank you so much for joining us here at Galaxy today. Will you come back again?
I would love to chat with you anytime, and thank you so much for having me. This is quite a treat.
You're sadistic, aren't you? You're sadistic, aren't you? You want to put yourself through this again. Oh my God. Well, I tell you what.
Bring it up.
If you've got any new releases or anything you want to promote, please get in touch with Barbara. We would love to be able to release your music here at Galaxy. We really, really would. And has been an absolute pleasure to talk to you. And thank you for putting up with me.
Grant, anytime, man. I feel like we're friends now.
Oh, we are. We are. We have been before you met me. Believe me.
That's great.
And don't forget, you see, we are ahead of you in time, if you know what I mean. Because we are literally Tuesday. You're still Monday night, aren't you?
Still Monday. You're ahead of the game.
Absolutely. So what we like to say here at Galaxy is we play tomorrow's music today.
I love it. That's great.
Don't go anywhere just yet, Drew, because we've got a couple of more things to do. But right now, you're listening to Galaxy 107 FM. Here's Jody Watley.
Better in a crowd, buzzing with the neon. Better with an old wood post I can lean on. Out of time country band cover song singing. Better with a cold beer straight from the tap. Pretty little looker looking at me like that. Getting over you's been hell on my heart. All I know so far is it's better in a bar.
Hey, I'm Drew Gregory from Alberta, Canada. Thanks for listening in with DJ Grant on Galaxy 107 FM.